Hello everyone. In this video we're gonna cover the end behaviors of a polynomial. Alright, so as you know, the end behaviors will depend exclusively from the leading term. So for a, for instance, is 4x to the fourth. Alright, so here what we need to know what is the coefficient sign, and obviously here is a positive sign, and what is the number 4, which is the highest exponents, whether it's even or odd, and obviously here is even. Therefore this function will have a similar end behaviors as x squared. As you notice here that 2 is even and is positive as well here, right? So now we are really familiar with the x squared, so x squared is going to look like a parabola like this, and the end behavior that we are interested in studying are these boundaries from the right and from the left. Okay, so let's go to the right side. Since the graph is obviously rising to the right, so here is going to the right and rises, right? And since it's going to the right, so always right and left, that the x-axis. If you're gonna go to the right, it means you're gonna go to plus infinity. If he goes to the left, it means going to minus infinity. Therefore here, whenever you say right, it means x is heading to plus infinity, or in other words we can say the limit of x goes to plus infinity. Now for rising and falling, so since the graph is going upward here, it means it rises. So what is the value that rises up is obviously the y-axis, right? And here is heading to plus infinity. So if it's gonna go up or rises, it means the y goes to plus infinity. Otherwise, if it is falling, it means the y goes to minus infinity. For this case, the y's are heading to plus infinity. And this is what they mean about this notation, right? X heads to plus infinity or minus infinity, what they're going to be the behavior of the y. So this is the answer for one of the side of the question. On the other hand, from the left side is obviously going up and left. So let's write it down, left comma rises, right? So what the meaning of going left, that's obviously the x-axis is going to the left, x is heading to minus infinity, and what the behavior of the y is going upward, so that's going to be plus infinity, right? So we write it down as y going to plus infinity. And this is the other part of the question A, right? Great. So now let's move on to B, and the leading term for B is minus 3x cubed, and obviously we care about the sign of the coefficient of the leading term, which is a negative, and as well we care about whether the highest exponent is even or odd, and in this case is odd, right? So it means this is going to behave similarly as minus x cubed. So now probably you're not familiar with minus x cubed, however you should be familiar with x cubed, right? And x cubed is gonna look like this one, all right? So this is y equals to x cubed. Now we are not interested in y equals to x cubed, we want to know y equals to minus x cubed. And what we do here, we take y equals to x cubed and we reflect it on the x-axis. So therefore the graph is gonna look like this. You see this branch over here, it's gonna turn going this way, and this branch over here, whenever you reflect it on x-axis, you're gonna turn this way. So this is the graph that we are looking for. Let's get rid of the first one. Now again, what we want to study the end behaviors, which is this side and this side, right? Okay, great. So we notice here that the graph is going to the right and is going down, so it's falling, right? It falls to the right. So how we make interpretation with the x and the y's? So if it is going to the right again, this means the x-axis is heading to plus infinity, right? And if it is falling, it means the y is going to minus infinity. So this is one of the statements that you are looking for. When the x heading to plus infinity, the y's will go toward minus infinity. That's being one of the statement. Let's go to the other statement, and we can see the graph here that is heading upward whenever the axis goes to the left side, right? So this is left and it's going upward or rises, right? So again, the interpretation, if it's going to the left, means the axis is going to minus infinity, and if it is rising up, it means the y is heading to plus infinity. And this is the second statement you are looking for, right?